Amidst an ongoing battle and a saga between Nawaz Modi Singhania and her estranged husband, we want to try and understand what the issue is, also why she is claiming removal from the Raymond board of directors. Thank you for speaking to us, ma'am. You are here present at the meeting today. What is the agenda and what exactly is the issue after you claimed in front of the media that there has been removal from the board and they don't want you to be a part of it?
So the issue is that under the company's law, you will find that there are a variety of ways by which a director can be removed. No black mark on my report, no not attending meetings, not conducting one's fiduciary and other obligations and roles, no arm's length interactions, etc., being questioned out there, etc. So he's really not had a leg to stand on there. His claim for removing me is major shareholder promoter has lost confidence. The words are lost confidence in Nawaz Modi Singhania. And fair enough, I've been calling out his misdeeds, I've been calling out the mismanagement, I've been calling out the fact that he's not been performing his fiduciary role, and he uses the company as his own, as even his father called it out, personal fiefdom. So that doesn't suit him.
Also, a lot of media reports are calling you a whistleblower. So do you think that part where you're really highlighting the misdeeds and the other wrong things that he has been doing in the company, is that something that is irking him and probably he's seeking your removal?
Yes, of course, there's nothing else to it. In fact, I have to tell you that all of this started way before our personal problems ever started. Even in an August meet, I have called him out on a variety of things. It's on record, it's actually even in the handwriting of company personnel. So just to say, there's nothing personal out here. Our personal issues came to rise because I was aware of too many of his misdeeds by then, and I was calling them out.
Like you said that there is nothing personal, but do you think there is a personal grudge that is probably translating into this, and which is why he doesn't really want you to be a part of the Raymond Group or associated with it in any possible way?
So naturally, once I started coming to know of a lot of things that were not suitable to him, way before any of our personal problems ever took root, that was not working for him. The old story about Angutha Chap is well known, so I won't get into that. That is in the background of all of this for years. So, of course, it wasn't suiting him. I was now speaking out. I was pointing things out. Things were trying to fly under my watch, under me being chairman of the CSR committee, etc., and none of that was going to fly.
Well, speaking about today, what kind of meetings will you be attending and what is likely to come up for discussion? Also, will you be defending as to why you should very much remain a part of the board?
Today we have 3 EGMs for my removal. One at JKI, Bombay Limited, Holding Co. One at Smart and Finserve, Limited, again a holding co, both are private limited companies, and one at RCCL, which is a public limited company but not scripted, in Aurangabad at 4 p.m. straight after these meetings end. 12 noon is the last meeting here, to make sure that I'm not able to get there because connectivity, etc., is not there. It's his old habit, his old methodology of making sure that people are not able to, critical people are not able to get to venues that they're supposed to, including shareholders for AGMs, etc. Very old style of operation. What's going to happen today is I have to give my representation. I have my say. It will be given in writing. It can be said out orally. And anything else I want to say needs to be said about this situation, about my removal, about his conduct, essentially.
Right, like you said that this is a very old style of operation. This is something that we've seen in politics also. In order to punish the opposition, the court grants them dates at unreachable venues at very unrealistic timings. This is very similar to something like that. Is that what you're trying to imply?
There are no courts involved. There is no punishment out here. This is his normal style of operation. Even all the AGMs are always conducted in Ratnagiri. Why is that? I've been with him for 33 years. It is because people are not able to get there. Shareholders are not able to get there. There is no direct flight. The roads are difficult. There are no places to stay of half decent standing, or restaurants to eat at, etc., etc. So they make it as difficult as possible. Should shareholders come that are not welcome, despite it all, unfortunately, I know now that they are strong-armed. In fact, that is even something that his father, I was reading now in the car coming up here, Gautam's father has also pointed out about his, as his father calls it, Bindi Bazaar tactics of strong-arming people and physically getting them out, throwing them out, etc. Gautams, that is.
Right. Dr. Singhania is also somebody who you have been enjoying very steady support from. So on the settlement front, we have also seen media reports that state that talks have collapsed because you have asked for a very unrealistic amount out of his entire 1.4 billion wealth that there is.
It's 1.4 billion USD on paper. On paper. Okay. While Dr. Singhania, Dr. Vijaypat Singhania says that I should be getting 50% of his wealth, while Gautam gets 50% of his wealth, I've steadily maintained that no, I will only take half of that. I will only take 25%, because 25% rightfully needs to go to our daughter.
Right. Also, one last question I wish to ask is, today, do you think they have very strong grounds for removal? And also, how strongly will you be contesting and defending your position?
The shareholding, which came to Gautam in February 2015, came on my behest. Not out of natural love and affection for the son from the father's side, which is what a gift is supposed to be, but because Dr. Vijaypat Singhania was under fire at that point in time from his Singapore side of the family. His son and their family was suing him for the shareholding, etc., and he wanted to somehow, manage that and get rid of that, etc. And I was instrumental in making sure that it went to Gautam. Dr. Vijaypat Singhania says that himself. He writes that in his book, The Incomplete Man. It's not a Penguin publication anymore. It's a Macmillan publication after Penguin and him, they went to court, etc., over this matter.
How you're going to be defending your position today, and are there sort of invalid grounds?
Of course there are invalid grounds. The promoter, major shareholder, has lost confidence in me. Quantify what is losing confidence. Doing my job, doing my duty, performing my fiduciary and other duties under the Companies Act. It's a legal requirement. So that is why he has lost confidence in me, because I'm calling him out on all of these things. And what am I going to be saying? I'm going to be detailing these out, along with all information and pointing out to what is what. Yeah.
Right. Also, very quickly, keeping in mind the kind of shenanigans that he has resorted to as per the claims made by you within the company, and how he's using it as personal fiefdom, but also on the personal front, there was an assault related incident that had taken place nearly about a year ago. So in that matter, we wish to ask, why did you not file a police complaint of assault?
The incident happened after I started calling him out on his misdeeds, about the next month. So I started calling him out in August of 2023. The incident happened in September on his birthday, just right after his birthday party, where he beat up, slapped, kicked, punched, etc. For several minutes non-stop his minor daughter, our minor daughter, and me. And of course I lodged police complaints, etc. Immediately so, at that very point in time, while he continued threatening that no cops were going to come, he would see how we got out of there, in one piece, etc., etc. Nobody was going to believe our daughter and me, etc. And with a lot of pull and push, I think you're aware of that, it's well documented in the media, and with a lot of grace from a lot of other people up there, we thankfully did manage to get the cops in, did file our complaints. I took the children away immediately to meet my in-laws, to tell them exactly what had happened post that incident. And that morning itself, by 7:30 in the morning, I think I was there, the incident took place. The whole thing started at around 3:30 in the morning and then played itself out. And by 7:30 I was at my in-laws' place with my children to tell them to tell especially my mother-in-law what it is that had happened, and she needed to know these things about the situation, about her son, etc. And while my in-laws insisted that we stay there, I said I need to meet my father first. I took my children along, went to my father's home, and positioned them there, gave them bath linen, kitchen linen, toiletries, money. Please Swiggy it, Zomato it, do what you need to do. I took myself with my driver in my car to the hospital, HN hospital, where I was. I thought I was just going for 2 hours for a general checkup, but no, I was put in. I was in the ICU. I was there for several days, and came out subsequently with a broken back. Once it becomes a domestic violence case, in emergency, they have to give all those reports to the cops directly. So the cops came back the same day, met me in the ICU, took a further statement from me. And days later, when I left the HN hospital, when I was finally discharged with a broken back, my S3 was broken by him, the sacrum thirdborn. And I went directly, before I even went back home, to my home, my dad's home, to my children. I first went to the Gamdevi police station with further statements from my daughter and me. She'd also given a statement initially. Further statements from my daughter and me clarifying, because the initial statement was given in Marathi. I'm not Marathi speaking. I wanted it to be very clear. And subsequently there have been further statements too. So you're wrong in saying that I did not file anything. I did.
Right. Thank you so much for your time, and thanks for speaking to us.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.